Let's try that again. Hey everybody, Scott Detweiler here. This week we're doing our 7 Deadly Sins challenge. So every week we have a new AI art challenge. So kind of using the tools that are out today, learning them, perfecting them, getting your strategy down. And this week it's the 7 Deadly Sins. So if you are in that competition, I kindly ask that you just kind of ignore this. Because obviously we don't want to compete on the same things and use the same exact prompts. But I feel like this is a pretty educational thing, exploring these things. By the way, new music today. Some people love the jazz, some people hate it. Just thought I'd try something different, because why not? So the goal here is to use a couple different AI tools, as many as we need, to accomplish this entry for the 7 Deadly Sins. So we're going to take and run the idea through as many engines as we need to get something we love, and then take those into Photoshop, smash them together, until we get something that's perfect, and then we'll mint that. We'll put it up there, because you have to mint them for this competition, so we'll throw them up there on my object page, and they'll be available. Not that anybody buys one, but it's just kind of the way that we enter these things. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. So over here, I'm just going to pop into MidJourney. We're going to start there. We're going to talk to the bot directly. Now, I pay for this bot for a private mode, which means I pay a little bit extra every week or every month, I'm sorry, to have this ability, but I kind of like the fact that it's just mine, and that's it. So we're going to start here. So your 7 Deadly Sins, you've got your gluttony, your greed, your lust, all those kinds of things. The trouble with some of them is that they're very difficult to kind of make a picture of in my mind. So the easiest one, I think, would probably be greed, because we can kind of imagine what greed would look like. So that's kind of the direction I'm going to go here. I can show you I'll show you get the side of my head cam over here. So there you go. So not that that's thrilling, but why not? So we're going to use Imagine. And oh, by the way, if you don't know, some cool things that they've done a couple weeks ago, and I don't really ever feature them, is you can type settings in, and it'll pop up this nice little button mode. So you can kind of select what it is that you're working with. So if you're wondering what version of MidJourney you're in, some people ask, why don't I put version 3 at the end? You don't need to. It's defaulted here. And then what type of style you'd like. Obviously, this is more your aggressiveness of the engine kind of paying attention to things. And then we're going for the big ones. We like a regular upscale. We're shooting in relaxed mode, because that way we get as many as we want to. For $30 a month, if you're in relaxed mode, yes, you have to wait a little bit longer for them, but you actually get to do as many as you want, which is really awesome. And then private mode is what I'm paying extra for, so those are my prompts. Of course, you, as the viewer, get to see the prompts. By the way, if I create additional art and I put it out there, I'll put it as for channel members as a comment. They have this community post area thing. By the way, if you support this channel, I have no way to contact you. So I had somebody leave me because they're like, well, I never got my link for my perks. I have no method to contact you. YouTube has nothing to do like that, where Patreon did. And I left Patreon for YouTube because YouTube has all these other niceties, but no way for me to contact you, say, hey, here's the link for your Dropbox of stuff. So if you are a channel supporter or better member on this, thank you so much for that. But I have no way to get you the link that you need. So there's a comment today where I posted that again. Feel free to email me your email, and I will set you up so you can get all the stuff that I'm giving away to everyone who's helping support this channel. By the way, those people are right here. Actually, that's an old slide. I need to update that. I just had the new one on there yesterday. That's not right. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So let's get back to business here. All right. I'm sorry, there's questions being asked here too. Max upscale doesn't really make a huge difference. I think it does, actually, and sometimes in a bad way. Do you have the $10 version and the private mode on top of that? I have the $30 version and the private mode on top of that. So my total out of pocket every month is $50, but I get so much enjoyment out of this thing that I've spent $50 in dumber ways for entertainment in one night than I have for a whole month of this. So be that as it may. All right, so let's start here. So I want to start out with, let's talk a little bit about prompts, and we'll call it prompt engineering, because I think a lot of people use MidJourney wrong. I have a whole prompt video that's going to be coming out soon. I've been working on it, and it's got quite a bit that it covers. It's kind of like the master class in prompting almost. Everything I do is a strategy, how to work around certain problems. And I've almost got the 3-basket problem done. So the 3-basket problem, if you don't know what that is where, I'll bring it up here for you. That is where you can get 3 baskets of fruit with a unique fruit in each one. And I'm getting really close. And this didn't take me about maybe 5 or 6 different attempts. So I think that, in fact, I even have a better one now. I'm getting a lot closer to this. And it's just going to take a little bit more finagling. This is not a very long prompt, actually. So let's talk about kind of, as we're working through this today, I'm sure I'll discuss some of those things and what I'm doing to kind of make this work. So first of all, I want to do greed. So what is greed? Well, greed is I want to have a woman be my subject because that's what I photograph, and then I can maybe use some of my photography in places where I don't like the face or the eyes, because MidJourney is really good at that right now. Again, I'm sure that's going to change over time. All this is going to change. I mean, in a month from now, this may be completely irrelevant, but it's today, and this is what we're going to be doing. So I want a beautiful woman, or I want a woman. Now, if I say beautiful, I'm probably going to get a headshot because I'm asking it to focus on her beauty. So I want maybe I want to see that she's a woman. I'm going to say I have a woman. I have a woman in the shot, and I'm going to say, and this is going to sound really weird, I'm going to give her an importance right now and say that she is very important. So the 2 colons after something, you're basically saying it's a 1. I'm saying she's twice as important as anything else we're going to mention in here. I've got gold coins, and I obviously haven't practiced this, so this is where we're going. Gold coins, treasure, gold coins, treasure. Let's just go with that. And we're going to say that is equal to what she's doing. In fact, to kind of demonstrate this, let's put her more important than the gold and the treasure. Now, after this is where I want to kind of discuss what it is about those things. So, like somebody putting an elegantly dressed woman. I'll just say elegant woman. She's what's she doing? She has long flowing hair, because I love that. What else is she doing? So maybe we'll just kind of go with that. Long flowing. I'll say she has golden hair, right? And then I want to talk about the treasure a bit. So lots of coins. What else do we have here? I like things that are kind of fractal in nature, very, very mathematical. So we're just going to kind of throw that out there, because that's not really a thing, but it is a thing. Like how it renders or arranges things. I want to do it a little more interestingly. So fractal. What else do I want to do? Well, this is luxury. All right. We can say it is greed. It's greedy, luxury, ornate, highly detailed. And I don't want to, I'll just leave it at the default, kind of see what it does. But I want it to be taller than wide. I like the portrait. So I have a shortcut, which just says portrait. And you can do this by setting your options. So you can actually I never remember the command off the top of my head. Oh yeah, prefer option set. And if you type in / prefer option set, then you can set kind of these. I have portrait, tall. I have tall, which is 2:1, portrait, which is 3:2, landscape, which is 2:3. See, I'm doing them backwards. That's why I have these shortcuts, because I never remember which number is first. It's always with first, but I never remember that. So let's try this, okay? Now, if you're wondering why these numbers in front of these things matter and why I put them there, let me show you the opposite. So if we do this, but let's make the woman a 2 and the treasure a 3, you're going to see we have a lot more treasure than we do woman. But the rest of these prompts still define things. So this has been my strategy, is to kind of give it a hint as to what's in the scene, and then the importance of those things in the scene. If you put colons between every single term in here, it's not going to work out real well. It's not a comma. A comma is a different thing. A period's a different thing. And really, commas, periods, spaces, and all these things we're putting between these words over here aren't really mattering that much. The bot speaks some English, but it isn't great at it. They actually said that in their next iterations of the engine, they're going to focus more on prompt engineering. So the ability to prompt in a certain way to get a certain result, which right now isn't as clear as it probably could be. But, you know, that's what it is. So we've got one coming out here, and the other one is still waiting to start. I probably should switch this to fast, but we're just going to kind of go with the default here. Now, do I still have woman as 3? Oh, I do, don't I? Good point. Oops. I swear I changed it. So woman is 3, treasure is 2, woman is 2. Let's take treasure 4, right? So this method is kind of how I've been using it to figure out exactly what I want in the scene and then describe the rest of it at the end. And this worked really well for me. Like, I've been able to get out of this a lot of what I want with a very few attempts. I know, see, people just pound as many words as they can in here because they're like, oh no, I saw this and it was a really great image, so I'm going to use all these words. I don't tend to do that. I tend to kind of want to know why something works the way that it works. Changing one item, see if it affected it, go back. Now, there obviously is noise being applied to this. So when you apply noise to a problem, you are running a situation where you don't know if it was what you changed or if it just changed because that was what happened next. So we'll see. This one's more woman. This one's woman and treasure equal. We've got one more in the oven here. All right. So I like these. I kind of like where they're going. They're more headshots, but I don't want that. I want more of a vertical layout. So if you watched my Alice in Wonderland one, I like the way that laid out. So let's change this again. Even though we're getting some stuff and I kind of see where it's going. I want a full body, but you can't really ask for full body. I mean, it could. I would have to say where she's standing. I have to give details to say, look at the feet, pay attention to the feet for this reason. But if you do that, then it's like, well, did you say what the arms are doing? Because now arms are optional, right? It just starts to fall apart. So if we do something like this, let's start over. Let's do, I want it to be a tarot card. So a very vertical looking kind of thing. I want a tarot card of a woman. Gold coins, treasure, ornate. This is fine. And I'm going to change this to the style of Peter Moorbacher. I actually support Peter on Patreon. So again, this is not a person that I'm just using their style of art. I actually pay this artist monthly because I love his stuff. I've got a couple of his decks of cards. I have a couple of his enamel pins that he sends out. And I think this is, I actually tweeted about this. I think it's really interesting that all of these people are going to find out about all these great artists simply because they're trying to mimic what they do. But that means that you're going to start to notice them. But I would say if you find an artist you really love, this is probably pulling away from their revenue. I would support them. You know, go like WLOP and who I don't think is read by this bot yet, and Peter Moorbacher are two artists that I support on Patreon. All right, so we've got a tarot card of a woman, gold coins, treasure, riches. Let's just go with something generic. And she's more important than the riches are. Style of Peter Moorbacher, elegant woman, long flowing golden hair, blah, 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 blah. You can read. All right, and portrait. Now, I think I might go portrait. I might go tall. So tall is 2 to 1 or 1 to 2. I'm just going to try that. See where that goes. All right, let's go look at what we've got so far here. These aren't even done yet. This one's done. So do we love any of these? I don't love any of these. I think they're okay, but they don't really say greed to me. I want something a little more dramatic about any of these. And you see here, woman and gold, you know, woman and gold, same thing. These are more equal. This is more woman, less treasure. So we're kind of working our way there. This one is I'm still waiting for this other one. There we go. More coins, less woman. So adjusting things along that lines, this is how I've been playing this game. And it's worked pretty well. I've been able to get things I want, but these don't say greed to me. I want something more dynamic. By the way, I'm thinking dynamic. I should add things like epic, more aggressive terminology to kind of say I want a scene that's got a lot more going on in it. But this Peter Moorbacher tends to do that type of thing. So I'm actually really looking forward to what this looks like. This is probably going to be a little bit better or a little closer to what I want. You know, somebody's saying, you agree, the type of thing will bring millions into art. Known artists will get some love. New artists are being found, yeah. But I'm a person that I want him to continue to paint, and I would love to actually own one of his pieces someday. So it's one of those things where I want to support the artists that I love and I enjoy. I go to the Milwaukee Art Museum. You know, I do. I have some like Fragonard, some artists like that I really love. Bouguereau. I like that type of art, and it's what drives or motivates me. So we are actually going to do something a little bit different here too. Once I kind of get something in here that's okay, we're going to go over to Stable Diffusion and we're going to try and see what we can get out of that using similar prompts. So if you're not familiar with Stable Diffusion, it's in closed beta, but I think it's going to open up again fairly soon because it's going really well. They've gotten rid of the nipple problem, which is an issue because Discord doesn't like nudity, but the bot itself, I mean, obviously there's a lot of art out there that has nudity. They've decided that they're just going to block it on Discord, but allow the bot to actually be able to do it. I have another video I'm going to probably do probably tomorrow, where now Stable Diffusion is working with a couple of other engines, so we're going to kind of explore that. All right, we are almost done, 95%, and I can tell already that I like these a little bit better. Just looking for something a little weirder. I liked my Alice in Wonderland one. It didn't do that great in the competition, but I really liked it. Wow, look at the neck on that lady. She's got quite the neck tattoo going on there. She got the gangster look. This is interesting. I like the numerology around the outside. This is who knows what that is. She's pondering her bucket of coins. Again, more neck than we need. Yeah, I'm not real pleased with this one at all. This one kind of starts to interest me, but the rest of this is not great. So let's redo this one. Again, it's just exploring things. So let's add in this. Actually, we didn't get the right one, did we? We need this one. Everyone keeps telling me just use the up arrow to get back to the last prompt. I swear it doesn't work. Like most of the time, it just doesn't work. So I could be completely wrong. Am I getting the wrong thing here? Prompt. Okay. Let's start over with that, shall we? That is not going well. Tarot card of a woman. So let's just say, let's just do, I'm just trying to think my way through this at the same time. Woman with gold coins. So let's just get rid of that. So woman with gold coins. That's very important. But it's the only thing. Well, I guess we have treasure and riches. Let's try and get rid of that. Let's just do gold coins, treasure, riches. We want an epic scene. Style of Pure Moorbacher. Highly detailed. Oh, I want to throw did we throw a fractal in there? We did. So we've kind of removed some of this, but I think we might end up putting it back in. Especially if we want to balance the tarot card and the gold coins part. I think this is kind of fun. So let's try that. While that's going, let's go over to MidJourney. Let's go over to Stable Diffusion. So Stable Diffusion has all kinds of cray-crayness over here, so we have no idea what we're going to walk into. But let's go in here. And this one uses a different nomenclature, because, why would you use the same one? That would be totally helpful. Got to do it differently. Got to do it a completely different way. This also doesn't work. We got to do height. Let's do 768 here on the height. We want a C of 7 in space here. Got to remember, every one of these has a different way of doing things, apparently. We want 4 of them. We can't do them individually anymore. And we'd like a steps. All steps are 50 by default. We can't change that now anymore. So let's run with that in here and see what kind of tragedy we get. This is kind of what I'm doing. I'm taking time with each end and to do a little something and see what we end up with. Okay, here we go. See, and they're blurring ones. If they think there's nipples involved, they'll blur them for you automatically. I think this is a false alarm, but I can't tell. So if it's a false alarm, you're supposed to tell them it's a false alarm, but yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm not happy with any of those, so let's roll it again. I think I pasted it, didn't I? No, I didn't. That would have been a good idea. Actually, I can go up here and I can grab. They give you all the ones that you used. So this is my entry. I think we're on to the right track. Tarot card, beautiful woman, gold with gold coins, treasure, riches. Okay, so let's go back to kind of the basics of prompting. When we're working with one of these bots, the more that you kind of impress upon something, the more it will be kind of interpreted. So we have elegant woman, treasure card of a woman. I think we need to kind of say something more about the woman. We have elegant woman, long flowing hair. What else can we say about? What else can we say about a woman? She's beautiful. Beautiful woman. Lots of coins. Let's see what happens with that. And our MidJourney bot popped up again with some love for us. Oops, don't look at any of that. That's not mine. Talk to the bot. There we go. Oh, that's better. So this is, it's okay. It's okay. It's a start. Again, it's not saying greed to me, but I think we're really close. So let's just re-roll the exact same prompt. And let's go check and see what popped up here now. By the way, if you didn't know about this inbox, this gives you everything that's only mentioning you if you change it to the word mentions. If you're using mobile, you have to use a magnifying glass, then go to the bottom and it'll say mentions. I think this is really interesting. This is really great. I really like that first one. So let's run with the first one. So the way they have this now is you can just copy this here. And we need to talk to the right bot here. Let's go back to Stable Diffusion, talk to it. And we want this one. So this seed here, that's the seed for this image, to be the one we're going to use. We're just going to run one with that. Because I think we're going to take that image and we're going to pull it down. Like we'll probably use that one and pull it into Photoshop. I like it enough. How do I enter the art challenges? It's actually by a friend. It's over on Twitter. My Twitter address is down below, by the way. So if you're on Twitter, hook up with me on there. I'm just going to save this image off to my MidJourney pile of stuff. So it just popped up over here. So got that going. So, good enough. All right. So since that was successful, though, I kind of want to do it again. So since we're still in Dream 21, let's just go ahead and, but without the seed. Anyway, I think let's do a different, let's do a different C here. Let's do 6. Oops, I have to wait 13 seconds. So as a slow mode, you can only do one thing every 60 seconds. I think there's, it's very limited right now. As I say, I think there's only 15,000 of us that are in here. But this bot has learned a lot through the courses that we've sent it through. And, as I said, I think pretty soon you're going to see it released sooner than later, I would imagine. Do I love any of these? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, it's not even done yet. So did I love any of these? This was the previous iteration. I kind of love all the stuff that's going on in this one and in this one. So let's just run some variations on these just because we can. This lady's too pretty for greed, I think. I don't know. Is she too pretty for greed? Is that a thing? I kind of like this road here, but I don't know what kind of thing we're dealing with there. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, anybody have things you like 3? I don't know if you're talking about the current one. I know there's a lag or delay here. I think this one could be interesting. Let's roll upgrades of... Oh, let's roll upgrades of this one. And let's re-roll the whole thing again, because they're all right, but I think we can do better. I love the flowing robes in this one. All the little coins everywhere. It's kind of cool. This is interesting. I don't love them. Let's roll those again. Yeah, I use that re-roll all the time, and I know a lot of people don't. It's 2:20 a.m. But you're invested now. Are you in Australia? Yeah, that's quite a distance. Okay, well this one's actually okay. I don't mind that one at all. Let's upgrade, or let's roll some options on that one. I usually don't upgrade right away. I want to roll a bunch of options first to see what I can get out of it first. By the way, if you like the stream, click the like button. I mean, it's that easy. It helps me out. It's kind of like clapping. You're like, yeah, let's support this guy. Even if you're not supporting it monetarily, which, again, I appreciate all the people who support this channel. At least you can just click the like button, right? It costs you nothing. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to start to go into Photoshop here pretty soon. We need to fix, by the way, we need to fix the resolution of the one we just did. got to go through the antivirus to get stuff to launch these days. Yes. My God, Becky. Just trust it. So I did a video on this application yesterday. This is for upsizing. For upsizing different images if you're trying to do something, especially if you're working with Stable Diffusion, you're going to have difficulties with it being so small. So we're going to upsize this. I'm not going to go into what I'm doing here exactly. There's a whole video on this yesterday, as I said. But we're basically just going to borrow an AI that is good at taking women's faces and making them better, at the same time upsizing the image. So this will come out, so it's only, I think, what was it, 512 or 768. It's going to come out at 3072 on the long edge, so much more reasonable. Let's save this image here. We'll use the same name. We'll just toss it into a directory somewhere. That's fine. So this is a really easy way to kind of upgrade things and get a better result from just like putting them up and upgrading them size-wise. But again, I had a whole video on this yesterday, so if I did that fast, that's okay. Just check the video. It was not a very long video. It was seriously short. But now if we look in here, let me find it. MidJourney. Where is it? Where did I put that? Nothing right in here. I did. So here's the one we just upgraded. So we can see this is 100% now. Versus when we started. Well, that's 100%. So it did a good job of upsizing it, kind of. Again, that's not fantastic, is it? I don't like all this noise in through here. Let's do that again. Let's pick a different model. Let's do this this ultra sharp one. I like that one. I did that one yesterday and it worked really well. I know it was fast. Done already. There's our 100%. Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm gonna cleaner in through here. Yeah, I think that works okay. Obviously, this is a train wreck. We're gonna have to get rid of that. I'm not even sure I really love that image now that I'm looking at it closer. But yeah, we're gonna keep this open because we're gonna probably use it again on some other picture. What do we do now? We have this one. Yeah, I really like this one. I think we have a run of that one going, as I recall. Just subscribe. Thank you. Just found my channel an hour and a half ago. Thank you very much. We were in UK. There you go. Oh, you're in Australia. Yeah, I knew it. Let's look at these a little bit closer. Again, I don't care so much about the head. I'm worried about the rest of the scene. I kind of like this. This interaction with the coin is nice. This is, I don't know what the hell's going on there. Yeah, this is the best one of those. So if we were looking at that one, we'll run versions. Actually, we'll just probably upgrade that one directly. So let's upgrade 3. Let's kind of start to put closure on our selection here. We're going to be in here all day long, as I'm sure some of you have been. And you're like, just help me, you know, Mom, bring me a sandwich, whatever. I think I kind of like this one too. I find myself consistently liking the same one that I know it's something I either need to explore more or whatever. But think of this as like a dice rolling game, right? You've got one and it's kind of good. Now start playing from that. It's like best ball in golf. You've hit it so far down the course, you get to pick the ball you want to start from and keep going. Don't assume you have to start over every time, and don't keep changing variables because you're not getting what you want. Every time you add another word to this, you're basically starting over, right? If you've got something that's kind of close, run variations of it and see if you can get, again, a great dice roll out of it. You never know. All right, we're rolling upgraded that one. This one, oh, this is the one that I think I liked. But you know what? I think I like the one that we had up here best. This one. So I'm going to roll. I'll roll and upgraded that one. How about this one? This has got something going on that I really enjoy, but I have no idea what this is. She should probably have that checked out. That might be a problem. I like this one too. and I really couldn't tell you why. So let's roll, let's variate both of these. Variegate. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this one too. All right, so we're gonna start to roll these into Photoshop here in just a bit. We got some jobs that are starting shortly here. I think once we get the words we like, maybe we'll throw one more time at Stable Diffusion and see if we can get things out of there. Aloha. My wife wants to go to Hawaii someday. It's on her bucket list. Yeah, there's certain aspects of these I like. I like all the coins are pretty interesting. Yeah, this has got a lot going for it. I don't know what this snake thing is, but I like just the overall shape of the card. And these hands, of course, are MidJourney hands. So once this is done here, it's almost done. How are we doing here? That looks pretty good. All right, let's light upscale, redo this one as well. So we're going to save this one off. This is my strategy. So each one of these pops up. We're going to save it as an image and just throw it into there. And this one's also upscales. I like a light version as well as the full version. I know you can click on this web button and it pulls it up in a thing, but I don't know if this does make any shortcuts either. It just seems like it's just, but now I have to put it somewhere, so it's a pain in the butt. I just rather them go into the same location because I know where they go. So quick save as and put them in here. I should create a separate folder for this project just to keep myself organized. Okay, here's our light version. Again, I like the light versions because sometimes the detail just makes it look too crunchy. This is saving it as a different thing. Why? What's different about that? I mean, that's fine that it's WebP, but that's different than it kind of threw it out there. Weird. We have a light there, light there. What else are we doing up here? I like this one too. I don't remember if I saved these or not, so I'm just going to save it again. I did not save it. Yeah, I think this is my favorite one right now. And I'm going to try and do it only with AI. Like, that's my... Oh, damn it. Put the wrong RAM directory. Try and do this only with AI, just like a challenge. So I do the variations a few times before upscaling. I do. That's my strategy. I'm like, why upscale something that isn't what I wanted? It's kind of looking at it. Like, I'm still paying attention to the fact that each upscale costs me something. So that's funny that some of these is saving as WebP and some of it's not. This is interesting. Let's just roll variations on that. How are we doing here? Oh, no, these look... God, I kind of want this one, but I don't know what happened here. This is just, yeah. That's too much work right there. That's what that is. And we've got our light upscale. There we go. What's over here? Sorry, I know this is like long and arduous, but this is the process we have to go through, right? I'm sure at some point this will all get a little bit easier. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that one. So that took us, what, 4 iterations to get to or so? But let's upscale that one. And while we're doing it, might as well ask for variations of it. You never know. But let's get Photoshop warmed up here. And I'm going to rearrange all of those into a new folder. So let me do that off screen here because you guys don't have to be bothered with all that crap. So we're going to call this the 7 Sins, even though it's greed, but easy to remember. I'm just going to put all these in a folder. There we go. This is what we've got so far. We've got a pile of stuff. And we may use some of it, we may not use some of it. Who knows? I think the first one we made here is the best one. Yeah. Yeah, so our reroll didn't do that great. Again, I can sit here and bang on this reroll button because it's so close, and it might be great. In fact, why don't I just do that? Why not just keep re-rolling it? If we got such a good face out of one of them, let's just keep trying to get a better face out of that one. Okay, so now we've got all these things. So I like this one. Let's start with this one. Just pull it in here. I think that's okay. What have we got going on here? Rerolls here. Sounds interesting. Oh, thanks, Bobby. I love this. I love this tool. I love this time. The ability for us to play with this stuff is just amazing to me. I like this one. I've been playing with a bunch of other AI stuff too. I have what's called a collab notebook for some other stuff I've been working on. But that's a little beyond the scope of what we're doing right now. Yeah, this is by far still the best one. Here we go. I think I like that one. We'll put that one in our bucket along with all these other ones. And I want a light version of well as well. Now I'm torn. Do I like this one or am I going to like this one? I think this one's got more interesting bits and pieces to it. Yeah, I think this is going to be the one we're going to use. I'm started with that other one and I'm already sold on that one. But this is nice. It's just we've got a lot of work here. We've got to get rid of these things, these whatever I call them bags of sausages that MidJourney is so good at. And I see this stuff changing constantly. But those hands, I mean, faces are a lot better. Think about this thing 3 weeks ago when I first started doing these streams. It was such a challenge to get a face out of this thing that wasn't horrific. I mean, just bad. And now they're a lot better. But give it a month from now, where are we going to be? Then you got other systems like Party and Imagine that are coming on, and those are going to be even more powerful. Yeah, that's a thing of beauty right there. I like that. This one's nice too, though. Yeah, I'm torn. I like both of them. What do I like about each one? I think that's the thing I need to pick apart next and say, what about these do I enjoy? So maybe I can take and borrow some of that from each one of these. Oops, just minimized everybody. Do you think these are standalones? No, I don't want anything to stand alone. The reason being is I think it's too easy to just call this my art and I didn't really earn it. You could say, well, but you did earn it. I created it. I did technically create it, but am I proud that I created it? No, it's fine. So I want to alter them. I want to make them something that's mine. I think that's all the ones I've asked for, isn't it? No, this one. The one I wanted. This one's the one I wanted. Okay, so let's go back to Photoshop here. And this thing. Okay, so we've got this one here, I think is the one I like the most. Yeah, I love this. This is really nice. Do I like anything about this one anymore? No, it kind of lost my favor. I like this one. I even like the face. You know, I kind of want to do is I kind of want to take this into Corel Painter, but I know that's not the scope of what you guys are here to watch. But if I were going to do something, hey, Ebony's a new channel sponsor. Woohoo! Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel. You are awesome. I'm keeping you awake and you're still watching it. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I like the coins. All right, so what do I want to do to make this better? Let's start by, first of all, let's rasterize it. Let's see, are there any other things? By the way, if you're trying to work in this tool, Bridge is your baby. Like, use Bridge. It comes with Photoshop, right? It's free, but you cannot find a better tool to look at these things. Like, so a Bridge, you just hit your space bar and you can tab through them. So if you find something you like this is the low res version of that, I'm going to want that right on top. So I'll put that right on top because now we can decide what areas maybe we want to focus on or not focus on. So that's thing. So we'll keep Bridge open. Are there any other pieces here we like? This one was okay. I don't know what was going on here, and the face looks too small. So we'd have to rescale a lot of that, but it's okay. It's actually pretty good. But man, this is just, it's too good. This one's pretty good, but again, this is work. Yeah, that's just a lot of work. So we'd have to replace this and replace the head. So we kind of, it took us a while to get where we're going. And it looks like I took a lot of pictures here that maybe I'm not going to use, which is the truth. When we look at it, we're like, well, there were a lot of them and they look good at the time. But at the end, we didn't love them. And this one here, MidJourney, wins in my mind for this. But Stable Diffusion has produced some amazing imagery. So don't give up on it yet. All right, so what do I want to do with this light version? So first of all, let's rasterize this too. What we want to do, I'm going to grab my Wacom tablet. I'll change the camera mode so you guys can look straight down on the desk here. It's probably more interesting than the side of my head. And I'll make this smaller. So I'm just going to, what we're going to do is we're going to mask a bunch of stuff out. So I could probably even put the big one, the detailed one on top and put a mask on it. So I just hold Alt and click mask. I am not a beginner level Photoshop teacher, so I'm going to move a little quickly here, but I have a new, I love my Wacom tablet for so long, but I swear it just argues with me every damn day. So I have a new tablet on the way. All right, so what I've done is I put a black mask on here. So what I can do is I can reuse that mask. I can paint white, and anything I paint white, if it's in normal mode, not overlay mode, will show the more detailed version, right? So do I like this face or this face? I think I like the more detailed face. It's a pretty face. We got lucky. Okay, how much of this hair do we want? Oh, that's pretty good. What's this thing? Maybe part of that. Through here, these coins. I guess that makes more sense. I'm just kind of exploring what I want to see. Like, does this make sense? No. Kind of like the lower res versions of those things. Got this color here. That's nice. I do really love this collar. This collar came alive with all these little coins. I really do love that part of it. So I might as well take the suit. I don't have to worry about the neck being all weird here. This is not as nice. I like the hair here. Here. This coin. With this coin? Yeah, okay. This thing. This is kind of a thing. No, it's just a distracting element. That's what that is. Coin. Get a little closer with this one. So I'm just painting with black and white. That's all I'm doing here. I'm letting, this is what our mask looks like so far. This is all the art we've made. That's pretty amazing art you got there. Thank you. It took me minutes to make this. I'm painting right on the picture. I hate it when I do that. I accidentally paint on the picture. Make sure you're always on your mask here, otherwise it's going to go bad. This coin actually looked better that way. How about this? Anything in her hair here? Yeah, that's nice. Just kind of exploring what I've got around here. Does this look good? I kind of like it blurrier better. About her hair here. Yeah, that's nice. Just picking and choosing what we want to keep and not keep here. Some of this is going to go away. Again, hit X to toggle between black and white. You see we're using white to reveal what's underneath and black to conceal. What are we doing here? What's in here? We got some love and understanding in through here, maybe. What's this horn thing? No. What's this thing? Maybe. So we have a bunch of noise that it's generated up near these things, so that's why I'm using the small brush to kind of go around them. But I plan to add another texture in behind this, so I'm not really worried about it. Keep that perfect. Okay. What about the bottom here? I didn't explore it down here very much. Random signature. James Taylor, welcome to the channel. Channel supporters, woohoo! James Taylor, love your music. You probably heard that before, I bet. Awesome. Thank you so much. I think it's the first time I've ever had two people join a stream at one point. Like, that's insane. I appreciate that. Well, and if we count Galia at the top, who's our channel god, so she's awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, all of you. You guys are all awesome. All right, so this looks pretty decent. What do we got to fix? Okay, so let's make a copy of what we got. So we got Control-Alt-Shift-E, which takes everything and stamps it into one layer. So it's like we're going to work from here, and I'm going to duplicate it. Well, actually, yeah, duplicate it because this is good enough. So if we turn these off, we see we got one layer that's everything. Let's go into Liquify here. And we need to fix some of these coins are not round, which is bugging me. So we're just going to kind of yank on the coins a bit here and make them a little round. No biggie, just takes a second. But these wiggled coins are going to drive me absolutely batty. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, dude. This round thing is not round. Little details like this, I think, make all the difference in taking something and making it more polished, right? Don't leave... If your eye is drawn to some little distraction, fix it. Don't leave it a little distraction, because if you print it and you put it on your wall, it's the only thing you're ever going to look at. Very inspiring stuff. You're an industrial designer. It blows my mind. Things people do in MidJourney. Man, I kind of wanted to be an industrial designer. I did. Yes, I have these little. This is my. I guess show this like every stream. This is my Catan board I'm working on. So I'm making a custom Catan board on my laser cutter, and kind of like a Japanese theme. I'm just kind of designing it on my own. Just kind of taking different cultural references and doing different stuff. I don't know if I love this coin enough to save it. Do I? This is where we could use coins from those other images, by the way. So this is where having all the other ideas. By the way, all those other things are in that pile. That's called a morgue. That's a fun word for you to know. For a pile of inspirational art is called a morgue. So this one's kind of at an angle, maybe. So I don't want to straighten it out too much, but it has to still look kind of round. That's pretty good to me. Now, are there any other things I want to fix here? Like, do I want a little bit more flowing in the hair here, maybe? Kind of like that. I want more flow. Does MidJourney produce humans from 3/4 view? Yeah, I've seen them before. I wish you had the money to go God mode. Aw, thanks, man. Yeah, I speak at a lot of conferences, and I was at a conference in Texas where you get me for 5 days, basically, and Galia was in that class, and she thought that I was just really great, so she wanted to kind of pay me back for all that I taught her. So she's been really active in the channel, and a person I've gotten to know really well, too. She's a really neat person. I love Catan. Yeah, it's really fun. When I get it done, I'm probably gonna... I was thinking about making actually a tutorial on how I made it, because it's not... It's all laser cutter, so I haven't seen anybody do something similar. Okay, so that's our before and after. So we fixed our coins that weren't quite working. We got them more round, so I'm happy with that now. Let's save our work, because that'd be a good idea. I'm just going to save it as a TIFF. RLE is fine. All right, now I want to put a texture on this thing. I know that for a fact. So let's go. Let's grab one of my textures. Hey, let's go to the YouTube channel. So if you join the channel, by the way, make sure you send me your email address, because I have no way to get you the links to these things, right? And I just had a person leave because they're like, well, I have no way to get my links. I'm like, I can't reach out to you. YouTube offers no method for me to communicate with you directly. So I'm going to use this one, I think, maybe. Yeah, let's use the Spespa. So you get all these textures, and these are all ones I've hand painted. So it's 8,000 pixels on the long edge. I've been doing these for a while, so a couple of years now. So you're going to get a whole bunch of these things. I think I want to flip this over. And first of all, let's say, hey, Photoshop, show me where the subject of this thing is. So it should go and it should use the new version with the round coins. That's why we did that first. And then we'll do select and hold on our shift key and just select and mask here so we can kind of work our way around this thing a bit because that isn't quite right yet. This is not wanting that. Over here. Okay. This. Just kind of letting it help me find stuff in the scene. I don't want a sharp edge on anything, right? Doesn't have to be perfect either. I'm not looking for perfection at this level. I'm just looking for a rough guide. Good enough. Save it. Oops. Save selection. Call it 1 because I'm lazy. We're going to go back to this one and we're just going to alt mask there. And I'm probably going to just change the blending mode to like overlay or soft light or something like that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to push the painterly feel a little bit harder. Multiply oftentimes is a good one as well, but I think overlay wins here. Yeah, you can, join my Discord down below, absolutely. And if you join my Discord, by the way, make sure that you attach your, in the settings connections, make sure you attach your YouTube because then you get access to the VIP MidJourney room, which is very quiet. So it's a place for you to play without using or paying 20 bucks a month for private. You can still access MidJourney in there. So I like that, but let's change it. Let's shift the color a little bit. Do I like the red? My trouble is I like blue a lot on my images, so I know that I'm trying to go that way, but I'm trying to avoid that because it's supposed to be greed, right? And I think the gold lends itself better to that. Something like that. Yeah, that's fine too. You can always DM me. Absolutely. Okay, so one worked. Let's put these in a group. One worked great. How about if we do it again? Just duplicate the group. That's interesting, but that's too much. So let's take and again use the same mask trick. We're just going to take and maybe we'll add it in through here. So it's interesting about through here. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, that looks good. So let's group these together. These are the background. Oh yeah, this will go for everyone who's a channel professional. By the way, this is going to go into your channel professional folder, so you'll get the Photoshop document with all the layers. Yeah. By the way we did this is the way everyone would do this, right? There's actually a way better way to do this. Let me show you how to do this because this is like one of those sneaky things. Like we're only at 6 meg here because this is so small. Normally I'm at 2.5 to 3 gig by now, and this is becoming a problem. So to duplicate this texture and just simply, again, mark some of it out, let's show you another way. So go back here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to put a curve on top of it, okay? Clip it. This curve, if we set it to the same blending mode, is going to produce the exact same result, but this layer takes no what do you want to call it? No room. So I can just invert the mask, Control I, and I can begin to paint back in just exactly what we just did, but it'll take a lot less space on the hard drive. So if you're doing something and it's taking too much space because you got a bunch of textures, this is a lot smaller, but the exact same result. Exact same result. Okay, I like that. So okay, that's Gucci. In fact, we don't even need the background. We'll just put it on top here because we only ended up with one background layer, so this doesn't matter. These are old. I'll leave the original one. We'll actually do this. We'll do layer, new background. So that'll call it background. She looks Japanese. It kind of. So we use MidJourney on Discord. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you need your own subscription. It's going to pay attention to that, but you may use my rooms, which are quiet. There's a MidJourney room for everybody, and there's a MidJourney room that's down in the VIP area. That's just very quiet. I like this, but I think we can do better, or at least make it a little bit more interesting. I'm really happy with it, but these are my brushes. I have a bunch of arcane brushes here that I paid for, God, I don't even know how many years ago. And I've used them so many times over the years. You've probably seen them, but I'm one of those rare birds who actually paid for them. Again, if there's something I love and I want to use, I pay for it. I'm not a person that expects the world to just hand me stuff. So, all right, let's do this brush here. And I'm not sure this is going to work or not, but let's try it out. We're just going to pop it in here. Bright. Look, it's bright yellow here. I guess I should probably follow that. Now, before you like, well, what the hell? I'm going to take it, I'm going to grab this mask and hold on Alt and just drag it up there so we can borrow the mask there. And then shift this to a different blending mode. Something like that, maybe? Oops. Yeah, see, you can see I screwed that up. So let's do another one, but let's put it in the middle. And I'm not sure I like this brush. Let's do this brush. What's this one? It's too detailed. I need something that's a little less detailed, but just as interesting. No. Welcome to the Scott's channel, where all he does is try different brushes, and you watch him do it for like an hour and a half. That one's interesting, isn't it? I think that one's too detailed. Still need your own sub. Well, maybe the one I made is the best one, because that one is oh, I like that one. Let's do that one. So I'm just going to get rid of these here. Let's go with a new layer. I'm going to put it in the middle here where I can still see the whole thing there, and then I can introduce, but again, I'll click drag this up here, release the chain in the middle, so now I can drag the design independently. Do I want it centered on her head there? Something like that, and change the blending mode. Maybe overlay winds, and we got to fix a few spots here that are not quite opaque enough. Dolly gives you 50 free tokens if you get started in new art. However, as you get more and more into it, you'll want a few to jump back and forth. Yes, I actually have, I think, 7 or 8 left of my free ones. And I like the product. I've actually used it to troubleshoot. I did a video the other day where I borrowed hands from Dolly to fix my MidJourney image. If you haven't watched that, that was pretty interesting. That was a really neat idea to kind of help me get past the problem I was having. And it worked really well. Okay, and I like that, but it's like too much. I think we need to blur it a bit. Not that bit. That's a bit much. No, 2, 1. About 1. Still don't think this is enough. I wanted it brighter, but I think it's too bright here. Maybe it needs to be just toned. Let's just tone it a bit. There. It just adds something to it a little bit. Yeah, the downside is it can't have faces. love the vibe in here, and the art looks amazing. But you have to say the OG jazz is unpatched. Yeah, I actually put a link down below to who I'm using for this music. So if you're doing a stream and you want music, it's very difficult to find music because everybody and their brother is trying to sue you if you have anything. And yeah, I love Epidemic. They've been really great. All right, so let's fix some problems with this image here. So this, just grab the healing brush tool and fix this, wherever this growth is here. I don't mind a little bit of gold there, but these items make no sense here to me. I think her face is pretty decent. Like I don't have any major concerns here, for the most part. Just get rid of anything distracting, like anything that isn't helping the image. Just get rid of it. No, that's not looking good. Let's use a little AI. Hey, Photoshop, what's this supposed to be? Tell me, my friend. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Photoshop. Photoshop does have an AI coming to it, by the way. Another diffusion model. It's in alpha right now, and I don't know that we're going to see it, when we're going to see it, but I'm excited for it, so I'm hoping to get on that list. Anything else good? I don't know what this is, but I don't know that we can get rid of that. Let's try it. If we get lucky, we'll get rid of it. Otherwise, we're going to live with it. Let's see. That's okay. Let's try again. Can you do better? What about this? This isn't great. Can you fix that? That's okay. It's better. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. I don't know that I'm sold on this this little thing we put on our head here. Do I love that? I don't love it. I'm kind of distracted by it. Oh, okay. Let me fix that. Thank you, Joshua. I need to fix that permission. You are correct. I do need to fix that permission. I don't love this thing. I'm looking at it here, and I think it's totally disturbing to me. It's too big. I'm gonna turn it off for now. The difference between clone stamp for smoothing. Clone stamps don't smooth. Clone stamps duplicate. So unless you're taking from somewhere that you want something specific, then you don't use the clone stamp. I use the healing brush. But the clone stamp is just for duplication. I'm using Shift Backspace, which brings up the fill dialog. Oop, and you have to be on a layer. There you go. It's better. What command are we using with the lasso? Just use Shift Backspace. A fill. Use it a lot. I should probably bind it to a key, but I haven't. All right, so let's work with the image itself. So let's dodge and burn it a bit. So let's create a new layer. Just going to do a blank layer and Shift Backspace again, but this time we're going to choose 50% gray, and we're going to change it to overlay. There we go. Put this at the top. Again, I'm not sure I love this thing. I'm not sure. Put it in a bucket. Symbol I might hate. That's what we'll call it. I pretty much do hate it. We're going to call this Dodge and Burn. I could also call this please hit the like button. But Dodge and Burn works too. All right. So what are we going to do with this? So this is really, we're just going to paint in black and white. And if we paint something in white, it's going to be the same screen. And if we paint it in black, it's the same as multiply. So it's kind of like doing things both of them. But I'm putting my flow down to 1, and I can focus on doing just white, for example. So I just want to just add to this. Her nose isn't quite right, is it? It's kind of sad, actually. Let's fix this. Let's try this the ugly way. So let's save this as a copy. We'll throw this off as a JPEG. Actually, a PNG would be smarter. I'm not sure if PNG will work. Let's try it. And let's open DALL-E. And let's go. Okay, so let's upload an image. Let's go. Journey. And where are you? Which one are you? You are this one? Take here. And we're going to edit. And we're going to ask for this to be variated. So, see if it lets me do the word Asian. It bitched at me the other day for something stupid, and I don't remember what it was. But this is how I fix hands too, and they're all weird. But I've only got like 8 credits left, so I'm rolling the dice on this one. Come on, DALL-E. Give me something good. If it doesn't work, it's fine. I actually have some photographs of clients, Asian clients I can borrow face from. In fact, I kind of almost prefer to do that because it's more interesting. But for an AI challenge, if I'm trying to do this all AI art, can I hold it to that and not go outside the bounds? Yeah, maybe. Well, that's all right. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but let's download that, right? Maybe that will help. Let's go find it. 50%, arrange it. Somebody talked to me that you can, select it and then select a line, backgrounds, whatever. You know what? That works about 3% of the time, and then you sit there goofing with it anyway. So I just do it this way. Wait, no, I get what I want. I want the nose. I don't care about the rest of the face. I want the nose. That looks good. Let's rasterize this thing and throw the mask on it. That mouth is starting to there, so our mask looks like that. Thanks, DALL-E. That's what I wanted. The background audio is almost inaudibly incredibly distracting. Is that a good thing? It's only when I don't talk is when you should hear it. I think that looks pretty good. I like that. I think that worked out okay. So let's bind these together. Oops. Not that one. This one. There's another part of that that looks goofy. Why does that look so goofy right in there? Is her face that messed up and I didn't notice? I guess her lip was kind of messed up as well. I like the lip, but I don't like the smile. Yeah, it's just a little bit too much, I think. What do you think? Yeah, it's not gonna work. So let's just try and get what we can out of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna do another process here. Close. It's probably good enough. Was another one of those faces? Yeah, it was pretty bad, wasn't it? Was another one of those decent? the same. Let's do. Let's roll it again. Because I'm fighting with this. I like the nose, but the rest of it's kind of fine. It's fine. Hey, thanks for hanging with me for this fine Thursday. Holy. Nope. That's okay, actually. That's okay, too. I like the first mouth better. It's very WLOP. Let's see. I don't know if it'll get that or not. Let's get a serious expression. His girls never smile, so. Fantastic artist, by the way. If you're not familiar with him, wow. I mean, just wow. Great YouTube channel, too. It's a lot of speed painting, though. But again, another person I support. And then he sends you, you can get the Photoshop documents and stuff like that. Let's borrow one of those. Let's borrow this one. See if we can get a few pieces that we like. Let's just try this one first. This one. You are living in the future, that is for sure. Well, the nose is what we went for originally, so I guess we got to use the nose. It's better, but I don't like her grumpy. What's this other one? Oops. This one. I liked the side of this one. I think we can borrow this. Let's find out. We might use a couple of bits and pieces of a few of these. Kind of exploring it, like, does it work? It does. Let's just keep it. Okay, so I'm thinking I kind of like that one, but I only like half of it. So if I take half the mouth, this side, we can duplicate that to the other side. Because I really only want the middle or the edges of it. And then some of these other ones, I think I liked her nose in this one. Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. I liked her nose in this one, and I liked her lips in this one. It was the sides that were the problem. Eeks! Paint on the mask, buddy. Okay, so get it. You have the Joker smile here going. Right, so let's get this other one on top. Yep, with our mirrored edge. So take these two. Let's delete this mask. See if I can use just the edges of those here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's got to be better than it was, right? It's not centered under her face, but I like it. All right, let's take that. Let's keep that. We're gonna keep all that. Let's take all that and let's frequency separate it, because that's how we're gonna. I don't like this frequency. I decided I don't like that. What is this? This is her mouth, right? So let's do this new mouth and nose. Save. All right, so let's frequency separate. The frequency separation action is free. It's down below. Grab it if you want to. It doesn't cost anything. Or pay $1. Okay, so let's turn the texture off now. So if I can make it look good here, then it'll look good the other place. So let's just heal this up in through here. Long stream today. I didn't plan on this being this long. Thanks for sticking with me. I might use the mixer brush a little bit here. Smooth this off. Yeah, try and do this with a mouse. You know, no. James and you are calling it a night. Well, hey, thanks for hanging with me. Yep, it'll be up and ready. I think we're almost done with it too. I mean, it's looking pretty good. I just need to color balance it, and I'm done. I think. Let's do one last thing. Let's do a color lookup against this thing. Zoom out a bit. Let's go grab a LUT here that might be interesting. Waller Colors is winning so far. That's nice. I think I like that one because it lifts the blacks a bit. That's also very interesting. Here's what we could do with this. So this comes with a mask, right? We can just take this mask and we can paint into it with black, which means it's going to reveal the colors originally underneath it. So if we do something like this, and we can actually kind of play with where the eye goes. I think this might be very difficult to make it look like it's nice, though. I'm actually. I don't want it to look like it's selective color though, because that's just banging. Fire hose. Let's start over. Definitely want her face, not like this. right, that's nice. What a lovely mask we made there. That's beautiful. All right, let's do another one. Sorry, color lookup. I always love drop blues. I don't know, every single time we send it. Oh, I totally forgot. Yes, good point. Yeah, I do need to scooch that over. You're right. Her face is still crookedy. Nope, I'm glad you said something. I kind of forgot about it already. I would have noticed it later and went, oops. Trying to decide what I love here. There's so many that are interesting. I think I like this fall colors one, but not at full speed. Yeah, let's fix that. I'll do this under here. I just need this part here. Serious. I liked her better with a little bit smaller nose. The original nose was the right size. It just was goofy. Was one shoulder too tilted? I don't know. Look. Let's look. Oh, I don't mind that. I don't mind that dynamic look through there. It doesn't bother me so much. It's red though is really weird in the corners there. Let's fix that. So hue and saturation. This is another great trick. So if we go to reds and use the plus eyedropper and say this is the offending color, and then this is the color I want it to be, it'll narrow the gap here. And then if you shift it to like an obnoxious color, you can see what you're working on. So you can kind of figure out, well, this is the area that I need to fix. So I kind of guessed poorly. Let's start over again. Red. Offending color is this orange looking thing. So too much. Minus it'd be the color we want, which is here. See, look at that. So tight already. And it's not quite right. Let's go find dark. No, this should work. Let's go back. Let's try maybe it's more of a yellow argument. Or we could just use it outright. Like this. So we desaturate this. And again, turn that mask off, and then we can go in and paint in where we need to fix it. In through here, in this area here is too much red. Same over here. Two different colors of red from the two different models of our own. So here's before and after. Yep, that needed to happen. Let's merge that down. Actually, we'll just keep that. So if any of you get this Photoshop file, then you know what we're doing. Then we did things on top of it. And I'm not sure I like this one over the whole thing either. Maybe. Can I draw the eye? There we go. It's nice. It's very nice. Save. And just for giggles, I want to drop one more texture on top of it just to see. I'm playing with the eyes. I'm just going to leave the eyes the way they are. I think they're good enough for the distance we are from her. Although, I am going to upsize this thing, and then we'll see if it's a problem. So, yeah, I'm looking at them, and I'm wondering. Let's try this one. Just throw this over the whole thing. I think multiply wins. I think I like that. What do you think, before or after? You know, I'm looking at it now. I think what we should do is just use it up top to help kind of create a natural vignette. I hate vignettes, okay? So I never put a vignette in my work, and never's a long time. But I like that it's darkening this up here a bit, but I don't want it over the whole image. That's good enough for me. Let's try this. This is, right, then let's throw a curve on the whole thing. Actually, let's do one more experimental thing. Let's take the whole image here, and let's go into channels and see where we've got a lot of contrast to play with. Looks like. Okay, I like the blue channel. So let's select the blue channel. We'll go back out here and put a curve up top. We'll curve just the blue channel. So now we can kind of play with contrast there. I really like that on the hat, but not so much on the face. Something like that maybe, and then curve the whole thing. But we'll use a different curve. We'll use one of these maybe. So I'm to get to this menu, by the way, you hold down the Alt key when you click on Auto. Otherwise, you won't get it. Yeah. Well, there you go. I think that's pretty sweet. I'm really happy with it. I think our eyes are okay. We're seeing them from far enough away that it doesn't really bother me. I did not look at the... I didn't look at those other ones real careful. Those other ones we got from the download. Let me look at those real quick. I'll grab those and I'll drag them into that folder and see if any of those are worth pursuing. 2 seconds here. Is that fine for you? We're not like fishing through the whole desktop because we can bring up our bridge again. Back here. So I don't like any of these eyes here. I did like her snot trough. That's the technical term for it. I don't really have one in here. Kind of want to feature that because it's a snot trough. So let's go grab this dodge and burn one because we can play with it in here if we just add one. Adding brush. pay attention to what bothers you about an image and fix it. Don't just like walk away from it. Yeah, that's something that's not right in there. There, it was just too bright. Draw my eye. She looks a little angry. Did I do that? I did. It's my fault she's angry. You all knew that. You're like, it's your fault she's angry. Always a good answer. It's Scott's fault she's angry. You know, you got me wondering if I should fix the eyes, but I don't know. Well, that was an adventure. What do you think? Was that interesting? Hi from Uruguay. I love that. I got all kinds of people from around the world in here. That's pretty awesome. I think I'm pretty happy with that overall. I think I like all the color. We're going to get rid of this one. This could be down here anywhere, actually. Even here. Fix face. That's a good name for that layer. Fix face. There you go. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be my entry or not, but I'm really happy with it. So there's that. Anyway, so that's kind of what we did today. We started with some place and we went all over the place from Czechia. Oh, I don't know how to say that. Welcome. Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with me today. This is nice. It was like a nice little group, and we got I love your feedback as we're working on stuff. That's really cool. So you can kind of give me ideas as to what to do. You had some great feedback and things I forgot, like centering the face and so on. But that's really awesome. So what I do is I let this sit for like a couple hours, maybe even a day, and I come back and I look at it again and go, is there something I want to change? Is there anything that bothers me? Something that knee jerks react, you know, don't sit there and look at it too long and say, what's the first thing that you look at and you go, oh, fix that. Until you look at it and you don't find anything anymore. So that's kind of the secret to doing this kind of stuff. I'm really happy with what we found in MidJourney. We found it all MidJourney, except for a couple pieces of the face we went to DALL-E for. And it took us, 2 runs? And we didn't quite get what we wanted out of DALL-E, but we got what we needed out of DALL-E. So it didn't do it all in one pass. We used, I think, 2 or 3 different faces to get what we needed. But that's pretty decent. We rolled 6 faces and we used 3 of them. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. Hit the like button. If you like the stream, you can subscribe, of course, if you want to. And thanks to everybody. You got 3 new channel members. You guys are awesome. Remember, send me an email so I can send you a link to your Dropbox, because there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that I give everybody all the time. By the way, you went into your own web page, and I love the texture you have. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm always playing with different stuff in there. I love painting textures, so I do a lot of textures. That's almost all in Corel Painter. I thought about taking this into Corel Painter because I think I could do some really fantastic stuff with it, but it's kind of beyond the scope of, I think, what you guys want to deal with in here, because most of you probably have Photoshop or even Affinity, but when you get into Painter, Painter is very, very different. The other thing we could actually roll with, and I thought about doing, is using Krita. So Krita.org, Krita.org, is a free painting application. And I may use that at some point because it is a painting application. And Photoshop is, I mean, I've known Photoshop for, 2 decades, maybe even more. But I don't know Krita very well. So I stumble around in it a bit. And problem solving is a big part of why we do post-production, because we couldn't make or get what we wanted initially. So I feel like I'm troubleshooting with a tool I don't know very well is going to not make for an entertaining stream. So that's why I'm kind of avoiding it. But it's a tool I really want to learn, so I'll probably end up focusing on it off screen and getting better at it, and then I can bring it to you and say, okay, here's what I've learned. Videos coming up for me soon. You're gonna have a prompt masterclass, because I've gotten pretty good at getting what I wanted out of these tools so far. I know they're gonna change a lot of that, but then all of this is gonna change. But if I can help you get a decent image right now, that's that's good, right? So we want to do that. And then we're going to kind of go from there. I'm going to continue to do these weekly streams for the AI challenges. Tuesdays are going to be my photography kind of centered stuff, because I'm a full-time photographer. That is what I do. I photograph women. That's all I do. That's my full-time job. And then I'm actually going to start doing an exploration. We're talking about some of the prompts I've discovered, some of the art I've worked through, and things like this. Do I have any course on how to use a pen tool? I do not have a course on it, but there are some great teaching aids I've found. There's websites you can go to that make you use the pen tool. If you just force yourself to use it on a project, I think you'll learn it in about 10 minutes. It's really not difficult. It's just tedious. And tedious is the reason most people avoid it, but it is, when it's when you need it, it is the best tool in the world. It's a fantastic tool. And it's that way in a lot of other products too. Like, I use something in my laser cutter called Lightburn, and Lightburn uses the exact same pen tool that Illustrator does, that Photoshop does, that Affinity does. Just learn it. It won't take you long. It's not that difficult. It's just tedious, and most people hate it for that reason. But if there's something you want to see here, or you have questions, leave it in the comments below. I'm happy to help you guys out. I really appreciate you hanging with me today. That was awesome. Again, the 3 new members. Wow. Thank you so much. Again, send me your email so I can send you Dropbox links. And everybody, take care, stay safe, and I will see you all next time. Probably the next day or two, I'll probably get another video done. So